Tashna. I'm a youth ambassador and Indeed We Can, and today we have a special guest here with us, Rokhaya Gueye. Mentor, philanthropist, entrepreneur, translator, dedicated mother, and leader, she is a woman with many different feathers in her hat. Originally from Senegal, Rokhaya speaks 4 different languages. She is passionate about social change and philanthropy, and she loves helping children and women. She has been working in the telecom industry for 16 years now. She dedicates her time to multiple nonprofit organizations such as Minyata Networking, Habitat for Humanity, and $1 Million Smiles, just to name a few. She is the founder of the Women's Network in Technology and the co-founder of Waje STEM. Let's give a warm welcome to Rokhaya. How are you doing today?
I'm awesome. Thank you so much for having me.
That's good. Okay, so let's hear about you from you.
As you mentioned, great summary. I'm a woman of many talent, I would say. That's what people would say. I just love and I'm passionate about change, passionate about helping people in need, giving back into the community. Being a single mom of 2 children, it wasn't easy, especially back then. Nowadays, with technology and everything, things are just readily available at the click of a button. And with the resources that we have here in Canada, it's really amazing. I'm originally from Senegal in West Africa. Our language is Wolof and French, and when I came here, had to start from scratch. Didn't speak a word of English other than just reading, and had a little bit of comprehension, but ended up being fluent now. And also I speak Spanish as well. So those are my 4 main languages, and also just love. I'm really passionate about anything to do with trying to be successful.
That's really good to hear. So let's hear about some of your experiences in Canada and some of the challenges that you may have faced.
Experiences in Canada. This is the first time I'm speaking about it, to tell you the truth. I was finally able to leave my ex-husband, who was abusive. And back then, my 2 children were really little. My son was 2.5 and my daughter was just 6 months old. And that was my stepping stone, the start time to really believe in making sure that it's time to make it happen. Making sure that the children will have better life, and also trying to find my path. I'm also single mother, used to be a single mother. Single mother of 2. My daughter is 18 and my son is 21, and they're my world. When it comes to Canada, I just love giving back. And also I'm Senegalese, originally from Senegal, and grew up here in Toronto. Used to be in Montreal when we were way younger. Came here with my mom and dad and brothers and sisters, and we just had to start from scratch, had to learn English, just like most newcomers, and do it that way.
That's really cool. So you speak 4 different languages?
Yes, I speak Wolof, French, which is the 2 national languages in Senegal in West Africa, and had to learn English, and also Spanish. When I came here when I was 15, I used to speak, I'm sorry, I don't speak English, so I had to start all over. But so now I had to get rid of that accent and be able to communicate. To tell you the truth, this is something that I'm going to talk about just today for the first time. People who know me, this is the first time they're hearing, I finally had the courage to leave my ex-husband who was abusive. That's something that I usually don't mention. And that gave me the voice and the strength to really start to work hard. And it was imperative that my children receive the best possible life and be successful. So it was had to really those dreams needed to be now put into action.
Right.
And at the same time, making sure that if I'm going to be their role model, to make sure that I could lead by example. And that's what made me who I am today.
That's really good. That's really good to hear. So you just mentioned that you're a mother of 2 children, and we know that you were at one point working 2 jobs at a time.
Correct.
So how did you manage your time with your children and your work, and where did you get your motivation from?
Wow. Excellent question. My motivation, I would definitely say, came from my faith. I'm Muslim and practicing Muslim, even though I don't wear the hijab. Also, my children gave me that strength and that motivation. My grandma, my maternal mother, grandmother, she learned the Quranic, studied the Quranic, didn't go to regular school, but was a woman who traveled all over the world, was always telling us about how it is key and very important to give back and thinking win-win, and always having a plan as a beginning, like just thinking where you're going and then making a plan and then actually connecting it,
executing it.
Yeah. Yes. And my experience in Canada wasn't that easy because back then, single mom with 2 children wasn't as easy as it is right now. No. Even though I'm not going to say that it's easy. However, back then we didn't have everyone holding mobile phones. We didn't have Google, Facebook, so on and so forth. So everything needed to be done either in person or using the phone booth and so on and so forth. And now, really, I would say that we have it. The resources are available, and in a click of a button, we're able to go and get the information. So, which is something that people can really utilize.
Okay, that's good. So what are some action plans that you've taken to empower your children?
Oh, yes. What I used to do when they were at the age of being able to read, it was really important that I get them a schedule. For children, for them to be successful, it's good to have a schedule,
right.
And making sure. So I would take sticky notes, putting them, the washroom or the ladies' room, when we call them, is the one of the rooms that are most visited in the house.
Right.
So I'll put sticky note with quotes. I love and enjoy collect quotes. So like vouloir c'est pouvoir, the sky is the limit, and telling them, I love them to the moon and back, and so on and so forth. So I'll put it, and every week I will change something different with different colors and whatnot, and that's something that we will definitely discuss. And also what we would do as well would be doing a competition reading books. Where I'll ask them to summarize it, though, so that at least we know per month how many books did they read and if they understood.
So like a family book club.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And movie night on Fridays. Sunday it was brunch, and also making sure that were part of a lot of different activities. We're going like ballroom dancing, music, sports, so on and so forth. Because if I'm telling them the sky is the limit, and then they need to be successful, it's great to be successful and to be educated. It was also imperative that I show them and be their role model.
Exactly. So if you were given a chance, would you do anything differently?
Nothing. I will definitely do it exactly the way I'm doing it right now. To tell you the truth is what I've always told the children, it's not good, and I believe in that also, not to regret anything. It is, you learn from it and you move on. Yeah, keep moving forward.
I agree. So what is the one piece of advice that you would want to give to the future generation?
Wow, that's awesome. What I would definitely tell them is be curious. Surround yourself with the right people. Having a mentor is really key. Be yourself. Remember that you are awesome. And if, for instance, you fail, it's okay. Shake it up and move forward. Just know that in order to be successful, there will be some trials where you need to be uncomfortable to the point of being comfortable, so that at least you'll be able to move forward. Because when things are just too easy and too simple, you're going to start questioning yourself. But it's like having a plan and following it through.
Yeah,
and being accountable and
Definitely.
communicating, and also remember to ask for help. We have tendency, and we are very afraid to ask people, hey, can you help me?
Human nature.
You have nothing to lose.
Exactly.
It's already it's a yes, I will help you, or no, and then you move on and ask another person.
Yeah. So what is your next target or goal?
Those I have so many. The reason I say is because I'm one of those. I have bucket lists which I've created a long time ago, which I kept on revisiting and updating, and also putting that checklist, having that visionary board as well, very key. So it keeps me grounded. So what I do is I have personal goals. Books that I want to read, movies that I want to watch. I know it's kind of bizarre, but that's what I do. Countries where I want to travel to, and also things that I want to learn, go to school, certificates that I want to add onto my bucket. Also, like where do I want to go next? Like I have my mission statement, which I kept on also revisiting, and also health-wise, how else I want to do, the list goes on and on and on. So my next step right now is in Senegal. I'm a co-founder of YJ STEM. So my partner, we already have it in Liberia, building tech robotics, and then we're going to launch that in Senegal. Also having some, what I want to do also extra is a mosque, renovating the mosque in one of the villages there, and then some wells also, so that people can have clean water.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and a school.
Oh, wow.
A school for languages and technology.
That's really cool.
And, yeah, so it's something that keeps going. It's just for me, it's extremely important. What makes me really happy is, and what I really love is when somebody comes and said, I was able to do this, and thank you, I was able to successfully complete. So it gives me that thrill to start all over and get it at it again.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That's so good to hear. So do you have any advice for new immigrants coming to Canada?
Yes, for new immigrants, it's really important to just be true to yourself. Being able to also embrace change, because you're coming to a brand new country. Sometimes some of us we're like, I would say, single moms, or young man, young boy, a family. Sometimes you need to learn the culture altogether. Right. So it's not about imposing your culture here, but it's about taking what is key and your core values from your own country and bringing it, and also learning from the Canadian culture and then making it your own. It's really, really important to do that, and being true to yourself. The other thing is also surrounding yourself really with the right people. Being able to have people to connect you. If you don't know, ask questions, and you will be surprised how us Canadians are so ready to help. Right.
I agree.
And also be curious, have an action plan. Remember, education is key. When you want to be successful in this world, it's really good to really read a lot, or it's up to, believe me, it's really up to the person. But surround yourself with the right people is really, really, really important.
Okay. Yeah, that's good advice for me too. I'll keep that in mind.
And yeah.
Thank you so much for coming. We really appreciate you coming here and sharing your journey with us.
Thank you so much for having me, and thank you. Indeed, we can. Really, this is an amazing, great opportunity, and I'm really honored to be part of this team and being able to speak and then motivate people. Hopefully, my journey was something that will inspire someone.
It was very inspiring.
Thank you.